I never knew my grandmother on my mother's side. So when I was younger, I used to ask my family what had happened to her. I never got a clear answer. Usually, what I got was, or rather, the main story that I got was that she had drowned in Rwanda. And I remember thinking that my mom was using that story as an excuse to not go swimming with us. But I thought if the story was true, then yeah, I can understand. The Rwandese genocide happened 26 years ago. Approximately 800,000 people were killed. And if this doesn't seem like much, which it should, think about the fact that this was about 20 or 30% of Rwanda's population. The Rwandese genocide happened because a group of people were told and convinced that another group of people were less worthy than they were. How many times has that happened? How many times have we been told that we are worse or better than someone else because of the color of our skin? Because of the length of our nose? Because of the shape of our ears or lips? Because of the color of our eyes or our hair? Or the color of our nipples, or our palms, or our feet. And yet, if you cut us, we all bleed red. I found out later that we don't actually know what happened to my grandmother. I think maybe my mother heard that she drowned herself. Part of me hopes that that's true, because if she drowned herself, it means that she made her own choice. It means that she made the choice not to get raped or tortured or brutally murdered by someone that either she had never met before in her life or by someone that she knew. By someone that could have been her neighbor, by someone that could have been her children's caretaker when they were younger, by someone that she loved dearly. Yeah. We don't know what happened to my grandmother because nobody ever told us where her bones are. They could be in a mass grave, or they could be in one of the many holes that people were thrown into to die. Or she could be possibly in a quiet corner of Rwanda. Maybe a quiet corner that overlooks the lake. Maybe in the ground somewhere, where now people go and sit and feel calm. Maybe. I don't know. I think my mom lost her best friend that year. And I think that loss left a huge hole in her heart. A hole which she could never quite fill, although she tried. She tried to fill that hole with liquor, cigarettes, and very loud music. But, I don't think you can really ever fill a hole like that after you've lost someone in that way. So I think she never stopped searching. I think she saw faces in crowds that reminded her of her mom. And she'd look up, hopefully. But it was never who she was looking for. So, after my mom passed 7 years ago, I had this reoccurring image in my head. I pictured her a bit younger, in maybe her 30s. She finds herself by the side of a dirt road in the village. She's dressed in light blue jeans, her white Tina Turner t-shirt, white sneaks, and her red head wrap. The place seems familiar to her, but she's not sure, and she can't quite believe it. Then her feet begin moving. She begins walking and walking until she comes to a house. She walks up to the door and knocks, but no one answers. So she goes round the back, follows a small path to the field, and there stands a woman. A kanga wrapped around her waist and planting seeds into the ground. The woman looks up, noticing my mom. They stare at each other in complete disbelief for a while, just sort of suspended in time. And finally, my mom utters one single word. Mama?